Uganda's president is drawing international condemnation after signing one of the world's toughest anti-LGBTQ laws. Same-sex relations were already illegal in Uganda, but the new law goes much further, including death sentences for, quote, aggravated homosexuality and 20 years in jail for promoting homosexuality. One LGBTQ activist worries there's no hope.
Where do you want us to go? You are arresting us for literally doing nothing, for simply existing, but where are we supposed to go? How did we become refugees in our own countries?
Uganda receives billions of dollars in foreign aid each year and could now face international sanctions. In a new statement that was released just minutes ago from President Biden, it says in part, this shameful act is the latest development in an alarming trend of human rights abuses and corruption in Uganda. The dangers posed by this democratic backsliding are a threat to everyone residing in Uganda.
Uganda's President Museveni has signed into law an anti-homosexuality bill that's been condemned internationally. The signing was confirmed on Twitter by the Parliament Speaker. It's one of the strictest anti-LGBT legislation in the world. Homosexual acts are already against the law in Uganda, but the new bill introduces many new criminal offences, including the death penalty for certain same-sex acts. The US, the EU, major corporations have condemned the law. Let's cross now to Patience Satuhere from BBC Kampala.
This new law is a full law that tackles different aspects related with sexual minorities and homosexuality, including the idea of promotion. If you're funding an NGO, for instance, that's dealing with such activities, you might be prosecuted or arrested. People will be sent to prison or might be sent to prison for life for committing sexual acts if they are of a same sex.
We're just getting some more reaction to the government in Uganda signing into law new anti-gay, anti-homosexuality laws involving, in some cases, the death penalty. Andrew Mitchell, Foreign Office Minister here, has called, well, he said he's appalled that the government of Uganda has signed what he calls deeply discriminatory anti-homosexual laws. He said the legislation undermines protections and freedoms of all Ugandans, and he goes on to say that he is firmly, or the UK government is firmly opposed to the death penalty in all circumstances, and the UK would continue to stand up for these rights and freedoms in Uganda and around the world.
Now, in other news, a new LGBTQ bill passed in Uganda is causing trouble for its politicians and making them unwelcome in Washington. The country's Speaker of the House has had his U.S. visa canceled, which, according to Kampala, is nothing more than political cherry-picking.
First of all, you will cancel all our visas. And by the way, you are right. For me, I have no problem with the way a country manages their affairs. My only problem with these people is single picking. This law here was signed by the President of the Republic of Uganda. May I invite America, Canada, Britain, the entire European Union to also cancel the visas of Mr. Museveni.
Well, we've got our correspondent Umaima Ichar on this story right now. We're crossing live to her. Umaima, can you tell us more about this new LGBTQ bill in Uganda, and what has Washington's reaction been to it?
Now, right after this bill was passed, Parliamentary Speaker Anita Among had her U.S. visa denied. Now, the United States has long been warning Uganda of repercussions, of economic repercussions, in case they decide to put this bill out. Now, the same-sex relations in Uganda, as well as in other 34 African countries, have long been illegal. This is nothing new. But this new law goes even further, and despite Western attempts to try to scare Uganda away and to try to scare it with sanctions and condemnations, the bill was passed today, this morning, with only 2 lawmakers being against it. Now, this new law is considered to be one of the world's toughest anti-LGBT laws, and according to governmental officials, this is only to preserve family values and Ugandan values as a whole. Now, some of the points of the law include the death penalty for aggravated homosexuality, as well as a 20-year-long prison sentence for promoting homosexuality. Now, this is nothing new in Uganda, and since 2014, they've been discussing anti-LGBT laws, but at the time it was much less restrictive after the West has threatened yet again to suspend the aid that it sends to the country, as well as put some visa restrictions on Ugandan citizens.
All right, that was RT correspondent Umaima Ishar. Thanks for bringing us those details.
Now, I want to congratulate the honorable members of parliament on your stand on the Ebitingwa. That's what the Banyankwele call what they call homosexuals. Congratulations. I congratulate you for that strong stand. It is good that you rejected the pressure from the imperialists. And this is what I told them. Whenever they come to me, I say, you please shut up. Because this is a fight. They want you to become homosexuals and forget the other people, the women and the boys. What becomes of society? Europe is lost. So they also want us to be lost. But in order to fight, we must be patriotic. If we are parasitic in the mind, a mind of a parasite, there's no way you can fight. That's how you become a prostitute. Because you fear sacrifice, you fear difficulties. Somebody says, I will give you money if you become a prostitute. Those who like easy life end up as prostitutes. And that's what they want us to be. They want Africa to be prostitutes. Do what we don't believe in because we want money. But if you can't sacrifice, then you must be ready to become a prostitute. Do things you don't believe in because you want money. Now I am alerting you that if we of course I'm advising our partners from the West, shut up, stop this nonsense. Temuddamu kuntisatisa then we should address the issue of the homosexual from our own understanding, not from the understanding of anybody else. And that's what brings me to what I have been studying for, not continuously, but whenever the matter comes up, the issue of who is a homosexual. Is the homosexual genetic? Is it a genetic problem? Is it inherited? Is it hormonal imbalance? Is it that for some reason the hormones get disoriented in this particular person? Is it